Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a new makeup try on. I've had some of these products for quite a while. Some of these products just came in. So today we are playing with a bunch of new products that I haven't tried yet and just kind of my overall first impressions on them. So if you guys want to see what my thoughts are on everything that I put on my face today, that's pretty much, I want to say this is all 90% new, then just keep on watching. Okay, so the first new product we are going to use is from Morphe. It's what I used on my eyeballs, and it is the 35F palette. And I know it's kind of more fall tones, but I really like it because it has a row of mattes and then it has all your shimmers, which that's always a plus. So I really like this one, and I know it's more fall appropriate, but I was really feeling this color right here. I originally wanted to do something like purple and gold, but then I just kind of gravitated towards this cranberry color. So I'm going to just start with this one. I already have my eyelids primed, and we're just gonna go ahead and go into it. So the first shade we're going to use is this third one from the bottom, and that's going to be our transition shade, and I'm just going to use a Morphe M441. I really do like Morphe shadows. I think the quality is really great. The mattes blend beautifully. The foiled ones are also very great to work with and easy to work with. I really do like the overall value of this. You get 35 shades. I have been a huge fan of Morphe since I really got into makeup. So I really didn't get into it until about 2, maybe 3 years ago now. And when I was getting into it, Morphe was one of the first brands that I really kind of fell in love with. I mean, of course I use like Bare Minerals, and I was familiar with, like, you know, your big brands at Ulta and Sephora, but like as far as online distributors, or I know they're not just strictly online, but they're based in California, so they're online to me. They were really the first brand that I just really kind of took hold of. I mean, on top of ColourPop. So Morphe and ColourPop were the first really two makeup brands that I reached for, just because of how affordable they are, and I mean, I really like them. And so the next shade, I'm going to use the same brush. I'm going to go into this warm brick red color. I don't know if you can see it. This one right here. And this one is super pigmented, so make sure you tap off the excess. And I'm just going to layer it right, mostly at the corner, and then kind of bring it into the crease after I've deposited it in, after I have deposited the color into the corner. Okay, and with Morphe M433, it's kind of tapered at the top. It's thinner and it's more tapered. I'm going to very lightly dip into this black color. I don't know what is up with this black color, but I mean, it is hella pigmented. So just make sure you get the teeniest amount. I mean, look at it. It just looks like I dusted the brush, but let me tell you, that's just enough because you really can't see it in this eye, but it kind of just gives it a little bit more depth. So we're just gonna see that. That is just by dusting it on there. So I'm just gonna add that into the crease, and while it looks a little crazy, we're gonna blend it out. I'm just going to use the 441 brush that I've been using, and we are just going to work it in. And it gives it just a little bit more dimension and depth, and I really didn't want it to be super noticeable, but I needed that extra color in there. I mean, you could definitely skip it, but try to make this side match. Okay. So now we're gonna go and move on to the lid, and I'm gonna go into this cranberry shade right here. And I'm gonna use a Morphe M204, and I'm just gonna kind of swipe it in there to pick it up. So we just kind of picked it up on the brush. And then to intensify it, I'm gonna get a little bit of my Smashbox primer water, and I'm gonna spray my brush. And I actually have to get a little bit close for this, so using a little mirror, and then we're just going to pack it on to the lid. And I'm gonna pack it all the way into the crease, or the bottom of my crease rather, and then we're gonna end up blending it. So after we're packing it on, we're gonna blend it out so that there's not a harsh line right there. And I'm actually gonna take it all the way to this side of the outer corner of my eye. So from outer corner all the way to inner corner, and we're just gonna blend it all together. All right. And I'm going to take a Morphe E23, and I'm just going to start blending the top of it, just back and forth in windshield wiper motions. So go into the corner, a couple of swirls, windshield wiper motions. And then I like to go into my colors and pick up the transition shade and the red shade that we used, and I'm just going to throw it back in there to deposit a little bit more color for what was lost. Okay, so I'm pretty satisfied. I'm going to do wing liner. Hopefully I can get them to match, and put on my lashes. There's nothing new with what product I'm using as far as wing liner or lashes, and then we're gonna move on to the new face products. Okay, so I have my lashes on, I did my wing liner, they almost look identical, so that's a win for me. I don't have any new primers to show you guys today, so I just used my standard pore minimizing primer and my Smashbox primer water, so these little guys right here. I've already got that done. So the foundation we're going to use today, I have been dying to try this. It's the Clinique 2-in-1 Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. It's in this jar right here. I'm sure you guys have seen it. I got the shade 8 Golden Neutral. So we're going to test this out. Okay. So I know from other reviews that I've saw, this foundation turns out to be a little bit darker, but then once you blend it in, it matches. It's supposed to match your skin. So we are going to see how it goes, and it's in a large doe foot applicator, which I don't mind. So I'm just going to do a couple of strokes here, which I happen to like, and here. And just gonna pray to the makeup gods that this works, which it looks like a good color for me. It did come out a little bit more yellow, but I think it'll adjust whenever I blend it out. So I'm just gonna use a damp beauty sponge, and yeah, it actually looks like it's working really well with my skin tone, so that's good. And it's supposed to be a full coverage concealer, but I'm thinking right now it's just a medium coverage for me. Okay, so first impression, I really like it. It's not a super matte finish, it's more like a demi matte, so it's more of a satin finish, I guess. And I really like it. It really evened out all of my skin tones. So, and it is just a touch darker. It's a touch darker than my skin, my natural skin tone, which is okay because once I'm out in the sun for summer more, it'll work out perfectly. you know, because summer happens in Texas like 9 out of the 12 months. And you know what? We didn't even have a winter this year. So there's my nice little pimple. Okay, so what it says that to conceal with it, you just apply it to the areas that you just need a little bit more coverage. So I'm just gonna try and conceal that. I guess I have a mark right here, so I'm gonna try and conceal that. A little bit of redness here. And maybe just a smidge up here. So let's see. Okay, so the redness is gone. There. Okay, so as well as there. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's definitely buildable to full coverage, which is great. First impressions, I think the foundation looks really nice on the skin. I'm just going to go in with some Tarte Shape Tape. I don't have a new concealer. I mean, I have the NARS Pot one, but I think this one, the consistency is just a little bit too dry for the foundation that I'm actually wearing right now. So I don't want to mess that up. I kind of want to keep it more on the creamier side. So I'm just going to add just a smidge here just to brighten up this area a little bit. Okay, and I'm actually going to go ahead and just set my under eyes, and I'm going to set that with my NARS translucent crystal powder, and I'm just going to use a Morphe M53 because it's flat and it's tapered, so it'll be able to just get my targeted areas, because we're going to cream contour today, which is a little scary for me. So that's just setting my under eyes, because you know I have my deep wrinkles in there and I want my under eyes to look semi-decent. Okay, so now we are gonna go into the Tarteist Pro Glow. I picked this up, I think, for my birthday. So, and my birthday was in January. So this is what it looks like if you guys have not seen it. I did swatch this one just to see what it would look like, and this is the only cream shade in here. So you have 4 highlights, a cream contour, and a powder contour. So I'm going to use this right here, and I'm going to use a flat shader brush. Well, this one is that Morphe M202, so it's a big flat shader brush. I'm just going to dip right into the shade, and we're just gonna pray to the gods. I mean, you know, I can't help it that my sideburns get in the way, but I think that's about pretty decent. And then I'm gonna go right there. I mean, I don't know, I don't think that's even. Hold on, stand by. Okay, before I get too crazy. Okay, and then I'm gonna add some right here, you know, because we want a slimmer forehead, I guess. I don't know, this is what people do, right? They just put it there and then they put it here because they want a smaller forehead. I guess I want a smaller forehead too. I mean, I think this shade works really well for my complexion. So if you're roughly my complexion, I think this will work for you. You know, we're gotta get rid of this double chin action right here. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of the double chin without adding a 5 o'clock shadow. Okay, so I'm gonna blend this out with my beauty blender. Let's go. My face looks more chiseled, right? Okay, let's let's go to this side. And I do pinch my beauty blender a little bit so that it's a little bit more flat. And I'm just pouncing it upward. I mean, it's super creamy and it blended out really nicely, so I'm hoping I don't look crazy, right? I don't look crazy, right? Okay. I don't know, I haven't really cream contoured before, so to me it looks a little bit bizarro. Okay, so now I'm gonna set everything with set my creams with this shade right here called Sculpt. And I'm just gonna go use a Morphe brush and I'm just gonna go right on top of it. So pretty much everywhere I put the cream contour, I'm gonna add this powder too. Okay, so I set my whole face with the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. I think I like this a little bit more than the Laura Mercier one. I really, really do enjoy using this powder, which I just got it every freaking where. Okay, so I did set my whole face with it. I did carve out my contour just to make sure I cleaned it up a little bit. I did contour my nose. Let me know if I overdid it. I can't tell on camera, but when I look at myself in the mirror, it looks really awful. So we're gonna move on from that. The next new product that I'm going to use is a mini Amazonian clay 12-hour blush from Tarte. This is called Party. I got it as a Sephora birthday gift thing, and I've never used Tarte's blushes, so we're gonna go ahead and use that today. It looks pretty neutral, this is kind of the colors that I like to use anyway, so that's a huge plus. So we're just gonna add this to the cheeks, which, oh, okay, it's super pretty. It's nice and light. Just gonna add that here, and I like to add them onto the cheeks, and I kind of like to swipe up towards my temples. So just to kind of make sure everything gets blended in. Focusing mostly right here. Okay, so that one looks really nice. So first impressions, I can dig it. And for highlighter, I am so excited. The Nicole X Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. I am super excited about this. This is not my first impressions of this because I've used it before and I really like the quality of ABH Glow Kits anyway. So I've already used this off camera, so on camera this is what they look like. Hello. My favorites that I'm really surprised about are Kitty Cat and Forever Lit. I do really like Forever Young. I love these, of course, because these are kind of more the colors that I would normally use, but these are a little too dark for me. And then I have not tried this one on my skin, so, but look how pretty that is. I mean, I don't even know if you can see it. Maybe I can use it. I'm over here thinking, oh, it's too dark, I can't wear it, but actually Daydream looked really nice, so maybe we'll use Daydream. And maybe we'll use Daydream very lightly. I'm just gonna tap into my fan brush super lightly, knock off the excess. When you knock off the excess of this glow kit, the glitter does fly off, but it doesn't, I don't think it transfers onto the skin, so it doesn't look chunky on the skin is what I'm trying to say. So I can see it. I mean, it looks really, really nice. Can you guys see it? Okay, let me add it on the other side. Okay, I can see it better on this side, which actually looks really nice with my blush combo that I got going on. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna put it here, up to my temples, even though we contoured that area, whatever. And I'm gonna do the bridge of my nose right here. I don't really like doing the tip of my nose, so I'm just gonna do the bridge like that. And we're just using this color everywhere. I don't know if I like it right there. But actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do the little spritzy spritz. I just went back into the palette and I'm gonna spritz it and see if it shows up a little bit more intensely, which it did. You know, because I like an intense highlight. Okay, so I really do like that. That's really pretty. Alrighty, so that was the first time I used Daydream ever since having this. So I really do like it. It actually goes really nicely with the blush that I'm wearing, and it's popping. Alright, so what do we have left? Lips. So I did post a picture of this look on Instagram, and when I originally did this look, I used different highlighters actually, but pretty much everything on my face is exactly the same. So I am going to go back in and use what I used for my lips, which was the Lipland x Amrezy collab in the shade Retrograde. And I need a mirror because it's a really dark color and I really need to focus while I do it. I've never tried any products from Lipland before, so what I can tell you from the one time that I did wear it previously, it is not a super drying liquid lipstick. It is matte, which I can appreciate, and it kind of reminds me of the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks where they do dry down matte, but they're also a little bit tacky. I think the Lipland ones are just a smidge more tacky than the Kat Von D ones. So that is my personal opinion on them. I don't know if they have a smell. I can't smell it, but I mean, they're very comfortable to wear is what I'm trying to get at. So let's do this. Alright, and that is Retrograde. It is what it is. It's a gray liquid lipstick with kind of a slight purple undertone, which it's different and I like it, and it's a really, really, really unique color. Okay, so we're gonna finish up the eyes. I forgot. I always forget about finishing up the eyes because I never do my lower lash line, which that's just me. That's who I am. I don't do my lower lash line. That's like one extra step, you know, that I have to deal with. Here we go. This is my favorite lower lash line brush. It is the Crown, the C476 Crease Shadow Brush. It's a dual-ended brush. It's flat at the top, which I really like. And I'm just gonna go into the transition shade and the red shade that we use, tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna go ahead and layer it right under here. Clearly I don't want to spend any time on this because, you know, extra step. Plus it like tickles my eyes for some reason. And for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to go into this champagne color right here. And I'm just going to pop it right in here. Alright, and actually for my brow bone highlight, I'm going to go into this peachy shade right here, and then I'm going to layer it with this shade right there. Alright you guys, that completes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this style video where I try on a bunch of my new makeup. I didn't do a first impressions. Obviously it is 10:30 p.m. right now, so there's no way that I can do a check-in, but my overall try on first impression of all of this, I am super satisfied with. So if you guys like this type of video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, click that link down below. Don't forget to hit the little bell down there to get notified every time I post a new one, because you know, my schedule's a little crazy, and I hope to see you all in my next one.